The internet is overflowing with information. There are facts and ideas you've probably never thought to ask about, and even more things you didn't know existed. But let's be honest, who actually has the time or energy to dig through all of it? Lucky for you, I've done the hard work and put together a list of fascinating, mind-bending facts that will make you see the world a little differently. Why do we look better in the mirror? Have you ever noticed that you often like your reflection more than your photos? It's not just about a bad hair day or a weird angle. The real reason is a bit more complicated. The mirror shows a flipped version of yourself, the version you are most used to seeing every day. Your brain is so familiar with this reflection that it feels right, even though it's not truly what you look like. When you see a photo of yourself, it doesn't match the version in your mind, so it can feel off or disappointing. Meanwhile, your friends and family only see the version of you that actually exists. They've never seen your mirrored self, so they think the photo looks normal. On top of that, the lens of the camera can change the shape of your face entirely, depending on the distance and focal length. So, can we ever really know what we look like? It's trickier than you think. Why do we hate the sound of our own voice? If you've ever cringed while listening to a recording of your own voice, you're not imagining it. It really does sound different. The voice you hear in your head isn't just the sound traveling through the air. It's also conducted through your bones and tissues. This combination gives your voice extra depth and richness, especially in low frequencies. When you hear a recording, all that internal resonance is missing, so your voice sounds higher and thinner than you expect. That shock we feel isn't because the recording is wrong. It's because we're used to a version of our voice that nobody else hears. Why don't our eyes get cold? Our eyes are one of the few parts of our bodies that don't have temperature sensors, which means they can't actually feel cold or heat. But there's more to it. Most of the eye sits comfortably inside the skull, surrounded by blood, fat, and tissues that keep it warm. The constant flow of warm blood ensures that your eyeballs stay at a safe temperature, even when the outside world is freezing. So, as long as your body is functioning normally, it's nearly impossible for your eyes to freeze, even in extreme cold. Why does freshly cut grass smell so good? That sweet, fresh smell of summer lawns isn't just pleasant. It's actually the scent of grass in distress. When grass is cut, it releases a variety of chemical compounds called green leaf volatiles. These chemicals are meant to help the plant heal and grow new cells, but humans find the scent appealing. So every time you take a deep breath of that fresh-cut lawn, you're essentially enjoying the aroma of a plant screaming in pain. Strange, but fascinating. Why does the sun darken our skin but lighten our hair? After spending time in the sun, your skin may darken while your hair becomes lighter. Both changes are caused by sunlight breaking down melanin, the pigment responsible for coloring hair and skin. But the effects are different. Hair is dead tissue, so when melanin is destroyed, it lightens permanently until new hair grows. Skin, on the other hand, is alive and responds by producing more pigment to protect against harmful UV rays, resulting in a darker tone. So your body has its own way of fighting the sun, while your hair just goes with the flow. Why is snow so quiet? Snow-covered landscapes feel peaceful and quiet, but there's actually a scientific reason for this. Fresh snow acts like a sound absorber, similar to foam, because it's porous and full of air pockets. Sound waves have less surface area to bounce off, so noises become muffled. Unlike raindrops, snow lands softly, and even heavy snowfall can feel almost silent. That calm, serene feeling in winter isn't just poetic, it's physics in action. Why can't robots press the "I am not a robot" box? Capture systems are designed to tell humans and robots apart, and they're surprisingly smart. These tests don't just check whether the box is clicked. They track human behaviors like accidental clicks, pauses, mouse movements, and scrolling patterns. Robots, even advanced AI, tend to move straight to the box without the subtle imperfections that humans show. While a bot could technically be programmed to mimic these behaviors, it's extremely hard to fool the system. Why do birds fly in a V formation? Many migratory birds, like geese, fly in a V formation to save energy. Each bird positions itself so that the air currents created by the wings of the bird in front give it a lift. This allows the birds behind to use less energy during long flights. The lead bird works the hardest, while others get a small break, and the birds rotate positions to conserve energy. It's a clever, natural strategy that helps them travel long distances efficiently. Why do blood tests use your ring finger? You may have wondered why nurses often prick your ring finger during a blood test. The answer is practical. Your thumb and pinky fingers contain tendons connected to your entire hand, so an infection there could spread more easily. The other fingers are used more often, so they might be more sensitive or calloused. The ring finger is used the least, has softer skin, and heals quickly, making it the perfect choice. Why does time seem to pass faster as we get older? Ever feel like the years are flying by? There's a reason for that. When you're young, each year is a large portion of your life. A single year for a 2-year-old feels enormous, half their life. But for a 30-year-old, a year is only a small fraction, about 3%. As we age, experiences become more routine and less novel, so time seems to slip away faster. New experiences make our brains pay more attention, which is why childhood feels so long and adulthood seems to zoom by. Why is shampoo foam always white? No matter what color your shampoo is, the foam that forms when you lather it is almost always white. This is because the dyes in shampoo are highly diluted and mix with air and water to form bubbles, which scatter light in many directions. This scattering of light cancels out the color, making the foam appear white. It's simple physics that you've been seeing every time you wash your hair. What causes motion sickness? Motion sickness happens when your brain receives conflicting signals from your eyes and inner ear. Tiny sacs in your inner ear, called the saccule and utricle, sense movement and balance. If your eyes see motion differently from what your inner ear feels, your brain gets confused, and that nausea sets in. This is why you feel queasy on boats, cars, or planes. Your senses are literally fighting each other. What causes brain freeze? Brain freeze happens when something extremely cold touches the roof of your mouth. The sudden cold causes blood vessels in that area to constrict, sending sharp pain signals to the brain. Drinking something warm or pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth helps restore blood flow and stops the pain. It's a temporary headache caused by your body reacting too quickly to the cold. What is the pink part of your eye? That small pink corner in your eye is called the carbuncle. It's a leftover from evolution, the remnant of a third eyelid found in birds, reptiles, and some mammals, which helps protect the eye from bacteria and debris. Humans no longer need it, so it's mostly useless today. Just a little reminder of our evolutionary past. How can you make an emergency call without a signal? Even if your phone says, "no service," you can still make emergency calls. Phones can connect to any available network nearby, not just your carrier. This feature has been around since the 1990s and ensures that in a real emergency, you can still call for help. Only when there's no network at all will you truly be unable to make a call. Why do we get goosebumps? Goosebumps happen when tiny muscles under your skin contract, pulling your hairs upright. In our animal ancestors, this created a layer of warmth by fluffing up their fur. Today, with less body hair, goosebumps serve little purpose physically, but they still appear during cold or emotional moments due to a sudden surge of adrenaline. Why do we only see one side of the moon? No matter how often you look at the moon, you only ever see one side. This is because the moon rotates on its axis at the same rate it orbits Earth, a phenomenon called tidal locking. The same side always faces us. This has been the case for billions of years as Earth's gravity gradually slowed the moon's rotation, shaping it into the familiar face we see today. Where does airplane waste go? Airplanes don't dump waste from the sky. In the past, older systems had tanks that sometimes leaked, forming dangerous blue ice. Modern airplanes use vacuum systems to safely store waste in tanks, which are emptied after landing. It's efficient, safe, and keeps everyone in the air clean. Why do soda bottles have bumps? The bumpy design at the bottom of soda bottles isn't just for looks. Carbonated drinks expand and contract depending on temperature and pressure. A flat bottom might bulge or tip over. The 5-pointed bumps provide stability and strength, preventing spills and accidents. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to share this with someone who loves strange but true science.